survey also achieved a representative national sample of 7,133 people that engaged in of several demographics who had several languages and of course educational experiences, employment background, income, health, literacy, numeracy practices and communication technologies as well. Now of course the assessment was introduced to the tertiary sector in 2010. And of course the literacy and numeracy for the assessment tool, or what we're going to call is the tool, has been a funding requirement for those programs that sit at level 2. And this has happened since of course 20. Given the recentness of the introduction of the assessment tool, Hagelin et al., Knight says that there has been little research evidence about the use and impact of the assessment tool. And this is where I'm kind of aiming at, and where Māori learners are concerned. Therefore, knowing that there was little research and evidence about the tool's use and impacts indicates, of course, more research is needed, and hence why I kind of threw myself in and said, I'm going to have attack the assessment tool. And of course, and have a look at some of those impacts on the Māori learner. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come and talk about my aims here as well. Because my aims were, and I talked about 5 aims. 5 aims. I'm that ambitious. I had 5. Crazy. I was crazy. If I knew what I knew now, well, I would have been 2. But no, being me, no, ambitious as ever. Didn't know how I was going to do it, but I'll work through it. Was to investigate and critically analyse the constraints of the tool, or the assessment tool, when engaging with Māori learners. Prominently those, and here's my twist, prominently those, was Te Reo Māori as their primary language. Explore the validity of the tool of Māori learners. Prominently those was Te Reo as their primary language. So this is the theme I'm getting at here. Prominently those was Te Reo as their primary language. And explain possible impacts of the tool on Māori learners. Prominently those Te Reo as a primary language. And explain possible deficits of the tool on the Māori learner. Prominently those with Te Reo as their primary language. So obviously you're kind of like guessing I work in an immersion environment. And of course, finally, number 5 was to provide an avenue for the kaupapa wānanga, mātauranga Māori, to enhance indeed the tool for Māori learners. Prominently those with Te Reo Māori as their primary language. Now, of course, as a wānanga, our lives, lived experiences tell us that there are distinctive points of differences that set us apart from any other tertiary provider. And of course, where do I get that from? Ooh. Yes, indeed. And of course, this description is applied to Te Wānau or Aotearoa. And the concept of Māori beliefs, Māori values, Māori well. Okay, so, where Te Wānau Raukawa is one institution that has been bold enough to revive the notion of tapu, of learning Māori in deepening their understanding of kawa o te ao. And of course, we donated this from So that's really important. For me, that was really important. That just kind of like let me know that everyone of us here has a particular tapu. And I'm going to talk about it later on, a bit further than I did later on, the notion of tapu. So we have two wānanga here that strives to uphold and reflect Māori aspirations, Māori ideas, Māori values, perspectives and worldviews as a conduit to delivering academic programs to the students under kaupapa Māori and frameworks such as ngā kaupapa here, and of course that was from Honiata, and ngā kaupapa wānanga, Pohatu, but more importantly, if Māori cannot control the definitions, we cannot control meanings and the theories in which it lies behind these meanings. And which of course takes me to my last theory. Now, in saying that, here we go. Let me introduce you to my conceptual framework. Ka pai, you can see that. Tapu, no. And you can see, oh, you've got all these words in the middle, right? And for me, it's the pōwhiri process. So the idea comes from Jury, 2007. Well, his conceptual framework is actually the pōwhiri Tautanga model. This particular model I've taken from an idea that was explained to me when I was a middle student with Morgan Simon back in 1994, where he kind of like alluded that a student comes with tapu, and as that student comes to the tomokanga and makes their way forward and takes a step, it's for the kaiwhakaapo to unveil that to the learning. And of course, the karanga goes off, and another step is made. See, because each movement, and as it goes through each process of the pōwhiri process, the pōwhiri process, a veil is lifted. And of course, I come to kinaki, just in case people didn't realise what kinaki was. Another word that we could use was more detail. And of course, moving ahead, bang, oha, Pongi, and the last of it, Pai. So it was all about taking a ākonga or tauira or student from tapu to noa and lifting and unveiling each of those processes. 7 steps. And that was kind of my conceptual framework. Now, for those who want to know what all of that meant, read my report. Which has a breakdown on how I see it and what's what in there. But the same thing. Ngā kaupapa here. Ngā kaupapa here, of course, Huniata, 2001. And of course, other guiding principles that Te Wānanga Ōraikapa have established and have maintained and have operated by. Whether management, academic, or other, we maintain 10 kaupapa. So, kaupapa 1 was, rangatiratanga. Rangatiratanga is the expression of the attribute of chieftainship, including humility, leadership, by example, generosity, diplomacy, and knowledge of benefit to the people. And of course, the next, manaakitanga, the expression of mana enhancing behaviour towards each other, taking care of and not to stample on another person's mana. Hence, mana aki, manaki, you aki, you keep safe that mana. And of course, whanaungatanga is about being a part of the larger whole or the collective. The people are our wealth, a system of kinship, including rights and reciprocal obligations, or utu, that underpin the social organisation of whānau, hapu and iwi. Should be of the life of that particular institution. Aiteakitanga, preserving and maintaining the existence or the core capability and viability of the student, and continue to fulfill its functions and duties in a safe learning environment. And of course we go into pukengatanga, we talk about ako, we talk about te pupuru, te waihanga, teaching, preserving and creating mātauranga Māori and having recognisabilities in these areas. And of course, pūkaipōtanga takes us back home, and it reminds us that we have a sense of importance, a belonging to, and of course contribution, and it shows the importance of tūranga wai. And the haukainga, and of course it shows the importance for people to ground themselves on the land and at home. Kotahitanga, involving developing and maintaining a unity of purpose, direction, and avoiding approaches and decisions that lead to any disharmony. Wairuatanga, we're in that moment already. I'm in an activity that nourishes my wairuatanga. This particular activity, being able to deliver to you, nourishes my wairuatanga. It's not all about pain all the time, it's about being in an environment that sustains your spirituality. And of course, whakapapa, of course that common ancestry, history, the responsibility that we have for the past and our future generations. It's really important. Because how can we go forward if we don't know where we came from? And of course the last and very important for me, because I'm kind of whakapōreo, te reo. And of course is a valuable principle, because it's our principal language of expressing tikanga and mātauranga. People can look at me, and I think I said it before, people could actually look at me and go, oh, Marlon.
Really?
Yeah. And I was going, kia ora, bro. So it's not, sometimes it's just the language will just identify you much easier, because we have those, because we can cross over to other cultures as well. And nothing's wrong being mistaken for someone. I don't have an issue with that, but it's not till we just share the language and it fixes it all up. Okay. So in saying that, I'm just going to recap at this moment where I kind of like, it's really important. I gave you the forfeiting process, took you through unveiling 7 steps, then we went to the guiding principle called kaupapa here, which are a part of Te Wānau Mōreikao. Now, let's go to kaupapa wānau. And it is simple for me, and it's kind of like the tuanui o te whare. It is the unique cultural practice. And we've got to remind ourselves about that as well. It's taken me 3 years to finally really click about what kaupapa wānanga is about. I was really? Really? It's just the unique cultural practice? But it has, and I think sometimes it needs to take that long, especially when you go into an undergraduate program. You need to kind of like, be introduced to it and be fed a bit more until you can actually consolidate the idea that, when I talk about kaupapa wānanga, I'm talking about my unique cultural practice. And that I can take that on board as well. And of course we know this is a part of wānanga or Aotearoa. Love it, love it. And that's why being a student of Te Korowai Ākonga has absolutely kind of like, I can see the sense of this, the sense of a unique cultural practice and why we have Ngā Takepu. And why we have Ngā Takepu. And why they are shebang, the applied principles. Applied principles. Now, it was very interesting last night that we were talking about kaupapa wānanga. It was really good. We talked about it quickly last night. Oh, what's your ideal kaupapa wānanga? And of course, some were saying it's this, it's Ngā Takepu, and I'm saying, well, no, they're a part of it. They are a part of it. This is, for me, and how I see it. Oh, well, actually, how you see it is right. Who am I to say that your vision is wrong? Well, I'm saying that. Control, right? Control. That, of course, alongside, and we've been talking about it all day, and know that your research has worked. This is your fellas, Te Wānanga Aotearoa's way of brainwashing us and Takepu. And its application and rangaho. So we kind of like know what it's all about. So I'm not going to go, because it's going to take me a bit of time. But in saying that, for me the rangaho process has been this. This is how I regard the rangaho process. It's about balancing tapu and noa. The ideology, the notion of tapu and noa through the rangaho process. I wanted to look at it in a very Māori way. I don't want a Western way of looking at it. I wanted to say, well, how the rangaho process, what is it for me? For me being a Māori, for me being a Māori, a kaiwhakapo, for me being a Māori person, what does it look for me? And this is what it looks for me, my process. It's about me being able to balance tapu and noa. When it titaha, or when it goes like this, I've got to figure out very quickly what have I done to tip the scale so I can balance it back out again. Is that a good analogy? But in saying that, Watson, 1793. Wise person. Now, in regard to my methodology, here we go, really important. And it's really, really important when I get to it. Because I was about a royal mātauranga Māori, and it defines it that it's created by Māori humans according to a set of key ideas and by the employment of certain methodologies to explain the Māori experience of the world. Then of course you've got Kaupapa Māori by Graham Smith and his ideal of the concept of Kaupapa Māori theories based on a number of key principles. And then of course we've already talked about Kaupapa Wānanga, but how does it all fit? For me, Kaupapa Wānanga has been described as a unique cultural practice. And therefore, kaupapa Māori role is to inform and support the application of kaupapa Māori, as they provide the huanga and attributes in a successful manner that permits teachers and learners to achieve and engage with each other. So, but I'm going to get us back onto my particular kaupapa. Now, is a part of the wider kaupapa Māori methodology. Whakauiwitanga and wānanga approaches were employed in my whenua. That means I was able to go and meet with my participants and wānanga with them, surveying them, capture data. And I'm actually going to talk about some of the data right now. I surveyed 60 people. Their age ranges, the youngest being 16, the oldest being 61 plus. Now, in regards to the, there was a 50-50 split of gender participants who responded to my survey. And of course they came from tohu or disciplines such as whakaakoranga, te rangapura, ko hunga putaiao, kawa oranga, koeura whānau, rongoa, toi whakarākei, whare tāpiri, and that. So those are some of the disciplines or tohu that these students came from. Now when I looked at their cohorts, and there's three types of cohorts that exist in wānanga. You're either wānanga based, marae based, or kura based. And of course, 77% of our wānanga based students, and of course 23% were from marae based. And I happened to capture them while they were all on Huirimaki. Yeah! Now their real capacity, I kind of asked them whether you had no real, low real, medium real, high real, and of course that was very interesting. But the high went to 44% out of all those respondents. But and when I asked them the preferred language, 73% of those respondents said they would prefer Te Reo Māori. Now, in regards to the levels that all these students came from, was year 1, year 2, year 3 of the undergraduate program. So that's training from each level. And saying that, and of course I employed the qualitative and quantitative as well. But I'm going to move on very quickly. I'm running out of time. I'm going to remind us about this. Kia aro ki te hā, me te pono o te rangahau. Ka whai mana o te tika. When we acknowledge the essence and integrity of rangahau as guiding principles for Parai's. Love that. And that's what kept me safe when entering into rangahau. But reminding, I'm going to let you know now, I had to get permission and approval from 2 institutions, Aotearoa and Raikau, to conduct my rangahau. And saying that, these are my findings. That those participants that primary language was Māori felt marginalised when they entered into the numeracy and literacy tool, assessment tool. The adult literacy and numeracy assessment has no kaupapa Māori context, and participants found it hard to relate to. And of course, participants that a primary language was Māori would have preferred to engage with an assessment tool that wasn't Te Reo Māori. Now, in saying that, and saying what I've said for the past 20 minutes, I love the tool. I love a tool, an assessment tool, that would allow me as a kaiwhakahapu to measure the functional literacy of my students. But unfortunately, it doesn't come up tell me their functional literacy is it only deals with the original. And that's fine. Hence why one of my recommendations on my conclusions that a Mātauranga Māori context reference group has been established as of the end of 2013 and have been continuing on during 2014. I've actually met with them with a view to meeting with students and staff of Te Wānanga o Aotearoa, Te Wānanga o Raikawa, Te Whare Wānanga o Awanuiara, and Te Wairepe Institute of Technology to see what does Māori context look like for Māori learners when they engage with the assessment. Sorry. In saying that, there's a clear stance. I can say this because it's been stated with Te Wānanga o Raikawa that the literacy and numeracy, the adult literacy and numeracy assessment tool is inappropriate for students of Te Wānanga. We're happy with that, to make that statement, and that's at a Kaihautū level or a director's level. But in saying that, we does that with my practice. I love the fact that there is an assessment tool, but I'm quite aware that if I'm dealing with a particular type of students that have Te Reo as their predominant or primary language, that I probably would not force them to enter into this particular tool until such time that this Mātauranga Māori context reference group is able to service those needs. And saying that, kia ora, mai tātou katoa. I do this all the time, I rush. But in saying that, questions? Any questions? Any questions?
Kia ora, Raymond, I just want to make it. Oh no, I'll put it as pose it as a question to you. When we're looking at our Māori context, are we looking at a lived experience of a group of people? Is it about the reo? What I'm asking is it actually about the reo, or is it actually that when we come into looking at this tool, and I've only looked at it very quickly, that it doesn't sit within the context of the lived experience of our Māori learners, rather than the reo, is what I'm sort of asking you. Where do you think that it's falling down?
I think sometimes it could be the fault of the institution itself that would allow the Reo-speaking students. I'm just talking about this one set of students.
Because if I say to you, if we took that tool and just translate it into Te Reo Māori, would it work?
No, because I'm talking about kaupapa. I'm talking about integrating, transforming this particular tool. Grabbing kaupapa wānanga, grabbing ngā takepu to lead a team to transform the current tool.
So it's more about the context of our lived experience in the reo. Okay, kia ora.
I don't have a question, I have an answer though. The answer is 53, what's the question?
Why did you do that to me? Do that to me.
The answer is 53, what's the question? You guys know? No. The answer is 53, what's the question?
What comes before or what comes after 52?
Of course.
Say it again.
No, but that's probably just me. Forgive me.
issue about Māori education, in particular the funding.
Yeah.
So like TEOs, tertiary educational organisations, they have to do this to get the funding to run any level 1 to level 3 program. So immediately it's disadvantaging for them. And like you said, initially I was sort of thinking along the lines of Jen,
Yeah.
oh, here's an opportunity for our real people to just translate the whole thing,
But
it's
then,
much
it
more
will be,
than that.
then it will be like what they did from the OTIS, for the assessment with their primary level.
Yes.
They used to have the OTIS assessment to name. Next minute, MOTIS, because they just translated it. But
So
where
it's
was
more
the,
than translation.
where was the hua in it?
Yeah.
Where was the benefit for those
So
children?
there's a real opportunity for Māori academics to come up with a Māori context that also assesses literacy, numeracy, all that other stuff.
But let me just divulge this. I've been invited onto the reference group, so I'm really pleased to be invited on that. And the Martin and Maori context reference group that will look at developing or redeveloping the literacy and numeracy assessment.
Just a follow-up with that, I was involved, when I first started running in 2000, we had a numeracy literacy tool that we had to deliver. It was very prescribed, very westernised, and our students had to sit there at these little tables and they were allowed a pencil and a rubber and a ruler, I think. And they could sit there and then all of their work got sent away and one person marked it and they came back and then I somehow had to actually take these students from this recommendation to try and teach them literacy. Didn't work. You know, so what I devised was our then campus manager, Mike Watson, we had a discussion about it and I said, well, I would like to go and teach a program and write a literacy tool for that program. And he said, good, have a go at it. So I went in and, so Whakairo was one of them that, the pictures that I wanted them to write a couple of sentences about was Whakairo, was carving pictures, you know. The maths was about measuring out for where this fitted on this piece of Whakairo, things like that.
Yeah.
And the students went from this level to this level in their results. The sports one was about how far you run and how long it takes you to get to there and whatever it was. But and this is why I was asking you, it wasn't about the actual bill that was used, it was about the content and living in that content. So as soon as I put it into a content that these people were familiar with, interested in and had a passion about,
Excellent.
suddenly their literacy levels grew.
That's
And
it.
that was, we did that for about 3 years before that got chucked out, and then of course, Incarnate started to come along, everyone started talking about, in fact it got chucked out and put in the too hard basket. That's what happened, it got put in the too hard basket. And then this Incarnate came up, and all I can see is, from this, it's the same as what I saw 15 years ago when I started here. So how boy?
Most definitely, I see the benefit as a my whakaako, because te reo wasn't my only discipline that I teach. I do primary teaching as well, so I'll go into our te reo program, which is wonderful, and I'll teach some of the papers. So I know that most of those students are vetted in, so they have to have a degree of literacy with them. But of course, when they do enter in using this particular tool, I like the fact that it shows me where their weaknesses are, all their strengths are, and the functional literacy, writing, reading, and all that.
But sometimes it doesn't give a true indication,
Yeah,
no,
absolutely.
because it is a quick, the answer, yeah.
That's it. saying that lōku te Māringa nui I tai tinana mai koutou kia rongo ki nei wha kōrero kia hora ke nei I runga I te whakakōrero nei o reira tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Tiro tiro, kauai ki marae, kai ngā
Reflecting on our day, it has been one full of passion, confidence, and just theorists, and models that could work within our education system. Its flaws and how what is done today could influence how we learn tomorrow. Everyone who has presented today definitely inspired passion in their chosen rangahau. Much love and respect to you all. And in the words of Fat Amy, nōna te ngāhere. Ko te manu e kai ana I te mātauranga, nōna te ao. Ko te manu e whai whakaro, nō rangi ātia. Nō reira, tēnā koutou katoa.
Kia ora koutou. Just a couple of people I want to acknowledge before we finish for the day. The first is our MC extraordinaire. Believe it or not. I contacted Grandmother and asked her to do this about 2 or 3 days before Symposium. It's the first time she has MC'd. I think she is tremendous. I don't think it will be the last time she will MC. I also just want to acknowledge Kim for being our audiographer. I think that's and Fiona for keeping time for us. And Anna for keeping time for Maria this morning. When we realised the clock was wee wee wawa. And just all of you, what an extremely productive day. You've made me laugh. Irene made me bloody cry. Seeing Cart was lovely. She and I worked together for a long time before she got Mawiri. And you just crack me up with your tie-ins to the bodies of knowledge. So just for our social work tauira who are in here, first couple of assignments no tie-ins to Body of Knowledge. Got growly, lots of tie-ins to Bodies of Knowledge. And it became a competition, and at the moment, Miss Ramari holds the crown at the moment. Not quite yet. So it's just been incredible seeing you make those connections, and I'm just privileged to be part of that. So please feel free to enjoy the rest of your day. I'm around if you want to do one-on-ones. Jen and I want to do some feedback with the presenters we haven't fed back to today, rather than keep you waiting. So yeah, dinner is at 6, and then level 7s, we're pretty much free this evening to work on outstanding mahi and things like that.